In the opening scene of the film, a young girl is introduced, who had come to a cabin in the jungle, to spend holidays with her family. When she was playing outside, a man comes to her and talked to her. After talking for a while, he says that he has come here for very important work, a work that can save the world. Actually, this little girl was adopted by two friends. Those two friends loved each other a lot. They couldn't live without each other. That's why they adopted this child, so that they can live a good life. That man was talking to the little girl, but was looking in the jungle again and again. Then we see three more people coming, who had strange weapons in their hands. The little girl was very scared to see them. She runs and goes to her cabin, where her two dads, Eric and Andrew, were, about whom I have already told you. She tells both about that man and those people, who were coming from the jungle. Both of them get very scared after hearing this. That man had come out with his friends and stood up there, and tells them to open the door. But both the dads of that child were very scared to see them, and tell them to go away from there. But that man was also saying again and again for his important work, that they should let him in, because he has to talk about something important to them. But Andrew and Eric were both very scared. Andrew didn't even have his gun, which was left outside in his car, and the biggest thing was that the people outside had weapons. But still, they were telling them to open the door again and again. But these two threatened them again and again, to go away from here, otherwise we will call the police. But there was no signal here and no landline. These people also spoiled the phone wire, those who were telling them to come in again and again. When they had no other way, they break the door with their weapons and come inside. Andrew and Eric attack them. But the strange thing was that those people were not attacking them. And in this fight, Eric also gets a head injury, so one of them, a lady, helps him. She says that she is a nurse. That means he is a man, and the people who were with him, they did not come to harm them. Eric was conscious. And that's when we get to know about Eric's old life here, where for the first time he introduced Andrew to his mom and dad. But they did not like this relationship. But they could not live without each other. That's why they got separated, and today they were together. Anyway, now we come back to the present story. When Eric comes to his senses, four people had tied them up, and their daughter, a little girl, was also standing next to them. They tell all four of them that we have come here for very important work, and that's when we chose this path, and there will be a variety of difficulties ahead. One of the three of you will have to save people by giving your life. Now the four of them stand together and tell them their purpose and work. A lady starts and says, I am a nurse in a city far away from California, and I have come to you after using all of my savings. Then the other man tells, who met the little girl first. He says that I am a teacher, and I have a bar too. On the third number, their other friend tells that he works in a gas company, and is a small worker there. He was very bad before and used to do wrongdoings, but now he is fine. And he is trying to correct his mistake. Then on the fourth number, the lady says that he is a chef in a hotel. Understanding all this, Eric thinks that these people belong to some religion, and their father has sent them here to him. Being with him like this, they have come to separate them. The leader tells those people, who met the girl first, that all this is your wrong thinking. We have come here for a special purpose. He says that there is going to be a huge apocalypse in the world. The whole world is going to end. But if one of the three of you sacrifices yourself, then all the upcoming disasters can stop. And you will have to do this yourself. By your own will. Without your will, no one can harm you. That is, no one can force you. The leader tells them that the four of us did not know each other, but we started dreaming about these disasters. That's when the four of us met, because we all had the same dreams. And yes, know this. If one of you does not sacrifice your life, then the four of us will die. But at the same time, the whole world will end. And if you survive, then you are only three people, in which you two and your daughter will be. Even if one of you sacrifices himself, then the whole world will be saved. The leader also says, first of all, rivers will drown, and water will spread destruction in the world. There will be floods from all sides. After that, a disease will spread which will kill people, and in the end, God will end this world. But after hearing all this, Andrew and Eric do not believe in these things, and they also refuse to sacrifice their lives. The leader says that if you do this, then all humanity will have to pay the price for it. Then his companion comes forward, who is wearing a white cloth on his face. He says that a part of humanity has been wasted, and with this, his other companions kill him. Seeing this, Andrew and Eric were very scared. Here we are also shown about the old life of these two, where these two had adopted their daughter with great love. Now the leader shows them the TV, in which the news was being told that there were many earthquakes in the countries. Floods and tsunamis had also come in many places. Because of this, the people living on the shores of the sea lost their lives. Andrew still did not believe in these things, but Eric started to believe a little bit. Then we are shown a flashback old scene. where Andrew and Eric were very happy with their daughter. She also started considering both of them as her parents. And all of them had come here to celebrate the holidays, but they did not know that this would be their last journey together. Anyway, now we come to the present again. The nurse ties a bandage on Eric's head, and says that all four of us had dreams about these disasters, and then we met together. And here we have also seen the way to come to you in our dreams. Then a little girl tries to run away from this cabin. So the leader catches her. Andrew tells her to understand what I am saying, but he was telling him here that your companion whom you killed, who used to work in the factory, he had a fight with me a long time ago, and I think he has come to take revenge on me here. The leader says I do not know who he was, but he told all of us about these disasters, and after that we also started having dreams, and today we are on the right path. We just want to stop these disasters. Then he tells everyone to rest. Then that lady, who was a chef, gives food to the little girl cleverly gives a knife to Eric, and distracts them. Then that lady who was a chef says that the time has come for another disaster. I want to save my child, whom I have seen dying again and again in my dreams. You people listen to us. But still, both do not listen to them. Then that lady is killed, which meant that her family was over. She also did not want to live now. The leader puts her dead body outside. Then after that, they watch TV again, in which it was being told that a very big disease is spreading, where in many areas many people have died from this disease. Their one more dream had come true. Andrew says here that these are all old news. These people are lying, and they already know about this news, what is going to happen and what will happen. But Eric started to believe their words a little bit, because the man he had seen dying earlier, he felt something here, as if there is some power behind them. Eric was thinking that these are the four, who have come to spread destruction in the world. These four have different powers. One has the power to bring tsunami, the other can bring war and disease, the third one is for the food that will bring insects to the world, which will destroy all the food in the world, and the fourth will bring death with him. But Eric's thinking was wrong here. He had made a strange story in his mind. In fact, these four had come to stop the destruction. That's why the little girl distracts them. She shouts loudly. Eric and Andrew were both free. Eric stops them inside, and Andrew goes outside to get his gun. When the nurse goes to him, he scares her with the gun. He goes outside to the corpse of that man, and takes out his ID card. Who used to work in the gas factory. He shows it to the leader. Everything this man told you is wrong. He didn't even tell you his real name. He came here to take revenge by controlling your minds. But the leader doesn't believe him. He says everything is true. When the nurse comes in front of Andrew, he accidentally shoots her, and their leader sacrifices her in the name of third humanity. Andrew thought this man was crazy. He locks him in the bathroom. Then he hears the sound of the glass breaking, which made him feel that he ran away, but he was there. He attacks Andrew and snatches the gun from him. When they come to the hall, the news was on TV, that all the aeroplanes are falling into the water one by one, and are being destroyed. The people sitting in it also died. The news that the lady was giving, the leader was speaking the same words. He knew all this in his dream, but Andrew was still not believing all this. But Eric now started to believe these things, because when he saw their first companion dying, then he saw a strange white light near him. Now it was time to judge the next humanity. That's why the leader gives his life. After which there were dark clouds in the world. It was getting dark everywhere. At the same time, the light was shining. Eric tells Andrew that one of us will have to make a sacrifice. One of us will have to give his life. Those four came here to us, to give us a message. We have to save humanity. Those four taught us different lessons. First of all, how to end hatred. Second, to care for people, and take care of them. While the third one gave the message of saving people, and the fourth one told us about all these things. Andrew says, why were we chosen for this work? Eric says that the reason for this is the love among the three of us, and I want you to raise our daughter well. That's why I have decided to sacrifice myself. And saying this, Eric gets himself shot by Andrew. Eric was now dead. Andrew comes out of the cabin with his daughter. The cabin was also completely burned due to the lightning. That is, Eric's sacrifice was accepted. After going a little far, Andrew sees a car, which belonged to those four people. They had left it here for them. When he comes to town, he hears the news, that a miracle has happened. All the destruction has stopped by itself. The planes that were destroyed, have been repaired by themselves, and the lightning has also stopped. But the destructions that had happened, had not been repaired. They had to live in this world now, which could never be as good as before, because it was not an ordinary thing to happen so much. And Eric sacrificed himself because of the white light he talked about. In that, he had seen Andrew and his daughter, in which his daughter had grown up, and he was not with them. That's why he knew that he had to be sacrificed. At the end of the story, we see Andrew and his daughter. He had set out to live a new life with her. And with that, this film story ends here.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.